Hi guys, it's Sash back from another video with Collabrains, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a simple AI ML image project using Teachable Machine from Google. And Teachable Machine is a super easy software that you can use to build different types of AI and ML models, and then you can easily add those to apps, websites, or other projects you're making. And for today, let's get started by opening up your browser and going to Teachable Machine, and it should be the first link, teachablemachine.withgoogle.com, and we can click on that and it should bring us to one home page. So today we're going to be working on an image project, and for our image project we're going to do a fruit classifier. So usually with Teachable Machine there's three different types of projects that you can see over here. There's image projects, sound projects, and poses. And these types of projects are just used to identify different variations between the data you're testing. So today we're going to go ahead and do a fruit classifier. So this is the basic outline of Teachable Machine. First you gather your data, then you train it, and then you can export it to a project. So let's go ahead and get started by clicking on Get Started, and this should bring us to our home page for creating our model. Right, and we're going to click on an image project, and here we see these. Right now it's preset to having 2 classes, but you can always add as many classes as you want depending on how many things you want to test and create a model for. But for today we're just going to make this simple and do 2 classes. So today we're going to be classifying fruits, so let's do an orange and an apple. So now there's 2 different ways to give data to the computer for it to train. One way is through a webcam where you yourself are showing the fruits to the webcam, and you're changing the pose of it, and so it gets a lot of data. And the other way is to just upload bulk images of each fruit onto each specific class. So today we're going to be using the webcam method to do this. So all we have to do is we're going to go click this webcam button, and we're going to start with oranges. So I have an orange here, and the goal for this is you want to show various poses of the orange zoomed in, zoomed out, so it gets different data samples. And you also want to try to keep your face out of it so that it doesn't think that your face is part of the orange class when detecting it. So I'm going to move my face out. I have the orange here, and it's in my hand. I'm also going to try to cover most of my hand, and you just need to click hold to record, and we're going to try to get about 500 samples. And keep rotating it, get different poses, zoomed in, zoomed out. Usually you don't need 500, but always the more the data, the more accurate your model is going to be at the end. So that's 400. Let's go a tiny bit more. Right. Zoom out maybe. Alright, that's 500. And now we're going to go and delete some of the useless ones like my face. Okay, now we're going to do the apple. So same thing for the apple. We're going to click the webcam icon and my face shows up. I've got my apple here, and we're going to get another 500 samples. What you want to remember is you want to keep the sample amount for both of them around the same, because you don't want one fruit to be more biased. You don't want the model to be more biased towards one fruit because you're giving it more training data. So we've got our training data. I'm going to do that here to give it the training data, and then we'll test it. Let's go a couple more. Alright, so that's 509 image samples right there for both of them. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but around the same. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click Train Model. It takes about 40 seconds usually to turn the training data into testing data. And now that we've got all our image samples, we're going to go ahead and click Train Model. So this is going to take all of our training data and combine it, and you can actually set advanced options under this after it starts training the model to adjust the number of epochs or other things to affect your model. You can higher or lower the confidence of the model, and after that we should be ready to view our model and export it to a project. Okay, there we go. So remember not to switch tabs while it's training. It might take some time, but this is usually. So as you see, it's 6 out of 50 so far. And here are some things you can alter. You can alter the number of epochs, and then you can alter the batch size, which is the number of iterations used for training. Or you could change the learning rate, but I would not change the learning rate if I were you, because even if you make a small difference to learning rate, it can greatly affect it. And learning rate just changes how well or how much the model is learning from the data you're giving it. And if you click on under the hood, which we'll do it after we view our model, it should give us graphs of how our project looks and what it's been receiving. So we're almost done here. 49. Okay, so our model's trained, as you can see on the right. So we've got our model trained here on the right, as you can see, and it opens up the webcam. And right now it's just giving a default value for the output, but now that we've trained our model, the goal for this was, now if we showed an orange, it should guess that it's an orange, and if we showed it's an apple, we should guess that it's an apple. And you can change the input here also. So for example, I could just upload a file of an orange and it should tell me it's an orange. But we're going to try the live view here. You can quickly go input on and off. And let's start with an apple. I'm going to show it an apple and it should give us an apple output. So as you can see, as soon as I showed the webcam an apple, it gave 100% confidence for an apple, which is not bad at all. And now let's try orange. And as you can see, we have 100% orange. Now this model was made for only designing or guessing one type of fruit. So if I put both of them in there, I'm not sure which one it would get. As you can see, it's like going back and forth. But this was basically made for one object. And that's how you use an image project on Teachable Machine to make a simple AI and ML model. Now that we've done this, if you want, you could export your model to projects like TensorFlow, TensorFlow.js, or an app or a website. And I might make a future video on how to do that, or using a different AI ML app or website. Alright, thank you for watching this video with Collaborains, and hope to come back with more soon.